All right, wonderful, cunt. Let's get to drawing. Today we are doing again artwod beginner roadmap. Artwod is the whole reason that I've gotten as good as I have and will continue to be so because I'm patient and I do much more than they require. Speaking of, we are doing the grind node. We've moved on to the next section, right? I kind of just fucking sped through the actual little mini assignments they have, but now we're on the grind nodes, which is what matters to me, the repetition, right? So let's single round these boxes. Honestly, I feel as if, yeah, like one critique I can say is definitely even these grind nodes are a little bit easier, but I get it. They're trying to progressively make it for beginners rather than like in terms of skill progression rather than just outright make it something that's like, okay, you just have to single around these boxes in your mind, right? So I guess I will humor it because I'm so much more advanced. But no, I will draw the boxes, of course, that they have, because it's basically they put boxes in a wireframe and then they tell you to single round inside of it, right? And they give an example with this first one. So I'm going to make the roundings themselves more complicated because it's just single rounding, right? Which is difficult, don't get me wrong. And then I'm going to rotate it 2 times. This way, we're essentially going to triple or quadruple the repetition required. So draw along with me. Let's make it as fun and as yeah, let's get those reps in. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Just fucking draw, you piece of shit. Stop wasting your time. Let's draw. So rounding again is just, you're essentially just curving along these edges, right? And you're choosing 2 points. So here we have these 2 points. You want to make sure it's equal in perspective as you're choosing them. And what this teaches you is that the orientation changes based on the perspective, right? Again, like these are the 2 points we've chosen here. I've chosen these 2 points as well. This is actually a bit too great of a degree for rounding, right? And then we're just projecting it outwards. And again, I want to constantly be thinking. That's my whole thing. So I got to really, as I speak, and this is good actually because having this box does remind me that I haven't done rounding in a while, therefore it needs work, right? And I guess I'll make it a little bit more complicated for myself to have something like this, right? We'll just create, or I'll just create. You can again just do the simple version. And honestly, what artwod really requires in this grind node is only really rounding one of the edges, which I think is honestly kind of fucking, like, that's a bit too easy for me because I am God after all. So now we're gonna rotate this, and this is great because now we're gonna keep the, I'm gonna do my best to keep the proportion in mind as well. So where do I want to rotate it? I want to rotate it like this. So let's see. Oh, this is great. I haven't rotated things in my mind in a while either. So let's see. Jesus Christ, something fucking blew up in the background. Holy shit. They'll probably just drop something. And then we have a nice little, like that, perhaps. Now this isn't perfect, of course, right? I think this is even a bit smaller than it needs to be. But because I am rotating this in my mind now, this is gonna force me to, apart from obviously thinking about the perspective, this is also a great way for me to practice my lines too. Of course, everything is a great way to practice lines. See, that was a mistake. This was also a mistake. This is great. This is genuinely fucking amazing. Oh god, I miss challenging myself like this. Genuinely, I missed it. See? So we rotate this now, and then we're gonna rotate it one more time, right? So this is how we retain the difficulty. Right, this is how we retain the difficulty. Let's see, something like this. And again, there's going to be more drastic curves and some more subtle gradual curves. I think that's definitely a mistake, and it's diverging a bit too. So those are things to keep in mind as well, right? But this is fucking amazing. Holy shit. I miss being challenged like this. Because really all rounding is, and I say all, but all rounding is more reinforcement. See, those lines are pretty poor. More reinforcement of the grid. Again, I think this got a bit smaller, but it is technically, this plane is smaller, so it makes sense, actually. See, since I did those rotation exercises, my understanding of plane changes has improved as well, right? So, yeah, but see, that's diverging. So that's not good. But that's the best part. The fact that it's not good is very good. But, okay, I'm going to rest my brain, and then I'm just going to continue onwards. Now, the beautiful part for this is that I no longer have an obligation to complete a grind node, because I'm changing it a little bit, right? Yeah, the proportion is a bit off here. But, yeah, I'm no longer obligated to essentially follow the grind node exactly. I'm still going to submit it as it is. I'm just making it more difficult for myself, right? So I have the liberty to just do pages and pages of this. And I will. Don't get me wrong. I will practice this as much as I need to. You know, I'm in no rush whatsoever at all. Because repetition is how we learn. Intentional repetition is how we learn. Not fuck arounditis, right? That's a term for, I guess, gym lingo, right? It's called fuck arounditis. It's people who go to the gym, they do fuck all. They're just kind of dicking around. You're probably feeling called out if you go to the gym and you don't have an actual structure or a schedule. It's the exact same with any skill. You need a structure. You need a tangible structure that works, right? So don't be retarded. Be like me. Okay, so this time I'm not gonna round this side. I'm gonna round this side. Right? And you can do even more intense roundings. Because again, it's just about choosing 2 points. So I could literally do something like this. You see? That is a rounding. This is, of course, straight. Now that, I'm pretty sure, was a mistake back here. But you see how it creates even this, I should have stopped it a bit further back. But do you see how these shapes and rounding it like this forces you to always think about the grid? That's what I need to do. I need to always be thinking about the grid at all times. I know many, why am I speaking like that? I know many will disagree with my methods, calling it too difficult. And to that, I say you are an absolute pussy who does not want to try and simply wants to take the easy way out. So, please, leave a comment if that offended you. Leave a like if that offended you. And definitely subscribe if you feel some angry pulsating in your nethers. All of these words will have more merit when I am God. right? Right now, these are just the ramblings of a madman. Now, who does he think he is? How dare he say that actually trying to push yourself outside of your comfort zone is the key to being good at a skill that requires you to push yourself outside of your comfort zone? What a piece of shit. I cannot believe the audacity of this lad. Well, I have audacized. Audacized? There it is. I have audacized. And thus, the Lord has spoken. For he too has. Yeah, that shit. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is scale-wise incorrect. But it's okay. Because I am learning. I'm learning so hard right now. I'm learning everywhere. Oh god. There you go. See? This is also a great way to practice my lines. And we can bring that down there. Yeah, so scale. This is the best part, is the fact that I'm rotating it. I really want to practice proportion, right? So this is a great way to practice proportion. Lots of things were mishandled. This should have been much higher. I think next time I'm gonna start with these shapes first and then draw around it perhaps. Maybe that will make a difference. And again, it's always about thinking about the underlying box. So I think that's diverging. So I do need to constantly be thinking about how these forms sit in space. That's what I love about the skill. It's the fact that it's a skill, right? It's a fucking skill, mate. Okay, and then yeah. Of course, I do want to avoid looking at the reference I've created as much as possible. I think that's tapering a bit too much. I should have had it come out a little bit more. But something like that, right? Okay, yeah, I think this is the hard edge. See, this is very difficult because again, the rounding I'm doing is very subtle, right? Like this rounding especially. So to keep that in mind is also something that has to be thought about as you're drawing. Because at the end of the day, it's all a grid, right? But this is fucking amazing. This is why I love art, because it forces you to think. But yeah, let me rest my brain again in order to think better. Anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna really try my best to continue working on visualizing and just rotating these forms in my mind. I still feel as if I'm a bit too eager to get to the drawing part rather than the thinking part, right? The thinking part is actually the most important part too. So that's another thing that I need to keep in mind, right? I personally don't like ending drawing sessions thinking I could have used my brain more, right? I want to be able to think, okay, like First of all, I need to stop speaking like a fucking Cali girl. Okay, so I want to say, no, I would like to posit that I do like to use my brain quite a bit when I draw. That's the main thing I like to do. So we have to take our time, right? We do have to take our time. But at the same time, again, I'm trying to find the balance. There you go. Of taking my time, but still drawing with a certain level of speed, I guess. Speed and precision, right? Because that is also very important. I know speed and precision come with time, so I'm genuinely not too concerned about that. But I would like to keep it in the background as I continue to draw. That's the thing about this rounding as well, is the fact that you need your lines to be continuous. At least I would like my lines to be continuous in order to build my line confidence, right? So here's another, I guess, interesting shape I'm trying out. Always trying to keep the grid in my mind and the angles that I'm putting forth. That's the best part. That's genuinely the best part, is trying to actually think. If I wasn't thinking, then I'm not learning. And obviously, like, the thing is, like, anybody who watches me, or even a little bit, has came in every now and then, probably understands that I repeat myself a lot, right? But repetition, even in reinforcing the way you practice and thinking out loud, and to those of you who listen and watch, repeating these things over and over is only going to help you and me, right? Because I'm reinforcing that, okay, yes, we are in fact in the process of constantly trying to think, right? Now, how should I rotate this is the question, because that's also difficult. Okay, we can see the top here, so should I... maybe we can do something like this, right? Now that was an attempt that most likely went poorly, because again, I was trying to do this all at once while envisioning the grid, the box that it's contained in, right? So of course, very difficult. But this is the best part, is the fact that I've trained myself to feel good from these failed attempts. Much like how you can train yourself to do so as well. Because this is objectively a very failed attempt. Right? But we're getting to the practice. It's the main thing. We're getting into the practice of rotating things. We're trying to figure out how we can maintain proportion. Now I want to do that again, but I want to do it from the other side now. Because again, if that didn't work out, I have to think about the box that's in, bring it down, come down here, bring it out here. Make sure it is rounded appropriately before making it come out. Come up there, rounding again, and then hopefully like that. Now that's still pretty off, and the sizing is different. This is much longer and this is much shorter, So again, and this is in general very small, so my proportion issues are still glaringly obvious. But that's okay. I'm going to challenge myself further as we continue, right? That's the one critique I have for these grind nodes that they're putting out right now. Too much hand holding, but I also do have to acknowledge that maybe I'm a bit more advanced than the, I guess, target audience, right? Even though what I'm doing isn't advanced at all. Like, let's be honest. There's a lot that's gone wrong. I think I even lost the grid genuinely. Like, look at that. Where's the rounding there in that line? Right? Amazing. Magnifico. So we just keep going. We just keep going. I'm gonna keep doing this until I genuinely feel a market improvement. Market improvement. Right? So again, I'm just gonna follow the layout of the box, of the first box they provide. Right? This is a good way. This is a good way to think about different shapes that can be occurring. You know, the different ratios of these rounded boxes. No, we've already created something interesting, but this is a great way for fine motor control as well, I've realized. I'm gonna do the exact same shape here, because it's difficult, right? So... then... see? So subtle. So fucking subtle. And this time we'll have... and again, I don't really care if my lines are perfect or not perfect. What I do care is if they meet my standard for growth, right? I care if it's challenging me, you know? That's all you should care about too. Because remember, I've talked plenty about this now. It's all about the effort that you put in. Always will be about the effort that you put in. And I'm making a very concentrated effort right now to not be shit. Right? Even here, watch. This is how hard surface is made, right? Even though my lines are highly mediocre, this is how we learn. Because I'm always trying to think about the perspective. Okay. And then we can just, if we keep going back, we extend this a bit further back. I have to keep in mind the ratios that I've created. Straight there, and then that might be a bit off, but it's okay. Cool, see? I'm not aiming for perfection, I'm simply aiming to be better, right? It's deep, very deep, I know. So, let's rotate this the other way. Right? Then we have to think, again, always trying to think about the box that it's comprised in. This wasn't perfect. There are issues because there is diverging occurring. And And again, I always have to think about the mini little because essentially when you're rounding, right, you see how we have these corners. While I'm drawing, this is very difficult. While I'm drawing, I have to, on the fly, right, in real time, see the angles that I'm trying to connect and curve to. Like, let's say it's from here to here, right, and then just do it while I'm doing it. And I have to, so yeah, that's why obviously visualizing the shape beforehand is very important. But at the same time, I'm not gay. I do things as they come. Actually, that's very gay. As they come, I'll fucking take that shit all over my face. So I take it back. I'm super duper Freddie Mercury. But let's see. We have to. I don't even know if my jokes are good anymore. The answer is they never were. Cool. And then. Right? And we again, if it's starting from there, it's coming up. And then we have this little moment, this cute little moment of connection. So nice, so deep, right? Let's see. What would that look like from this side? It would look like this. I think proportion has been affected. There's no need to even think that it's been affected. It's definitely been affected. But okay, see, and this is supposed to be rounded, so that's another mistake. And the rounding here is misaligned, so that's another mistake. Think about all these things at once. Think about me, think about you. Oh, I see I made a mistake. This is supposed to open up back here. Right? I'm fucking espresso tangent. Well, that's a huge mistake. So what we can do is just highlight that. Right? We can highlight that to ourselves. This is also a skill in spatial reasoning, right? That's what it's supposed to be like. And then apparently we see, not apparently, we definitively see something like this. This is great. This is genuinely a great way to build spatial reasoning skills. And that goes a little bit, just a little bit back. We bring it out. And then again, we have to think about how everything aligns. Right? So this line right here is completely incorrect. This is the right one. Yeah, really good exercise. Although proportion was, of course, affected. Now we will do it again from a different angle. Right? So this is the most important part, is that during all of this, I don't lose the perspective. Right, which I think I did. That angle is horrendous, right? It's amazing. Yeah, here, this is okay, but this one should have been more like that. There you go, that's the correct line. So again, these mistakes will continuously happen, but this is the worst I'll ever be. Right? Even this diverging, this line diverging with this line. But this is literally the worst I'll ever be. So that's the beauty of it too, is the fact that I only have room for growth. Much like yourself, you also only have room for growth. Then we there you go. Slowly working on it, and okay. So this time I know where and how this should be. Again, always trying to think about perspective. I think I got it there. The most important thing is I'm also trying to zoom out. Nope, this is slightly misaligned. Yeah, the most important thing is I'm also trying to zoom out, right? So see, I almost made a mistake there, but I caught myself. I think that's actually the main thing, is to zoom out. Proportion issues yet again, like this is way... These two are relatively the same size, but... Again, finding consistencies in the... And the perspective is the also very important. Okay, there's issues here, obviously. I think in general, this is actually definitely should have been facing more this way. Yeah, it's like that's the minor axis. So that's a fuck up, right? Like that doesn't really make any sense. This shape is completely wrong, which is great, which is actually absolutely amazing, because I could have very easily fixed this, but I didn't. I didn't realize what the problem was. So what we need to do is we need to zoom out as we visualize. And that's something I'm going to focus on moving forward, literally starting after I rest my brain. So it's only been half an hour, plenty of ample opportunity to improve. So yes, please rest your brain as well. Let's listen to the nice Chainsaw Man background music trailer shit, yeah. So clearly the biggest problem right now that we need to tackle is seeing the box, right? Seeing the box, the grid, everything while we are drawing. That, I believe that's a skill that I've always had trouble with. And yeah, I think that's something I genuinely need to focus on, because now that we're actually onto form manipulation, I need to see the box, especially with this stuff, because this is hard surface. I refuse to rely on intuition. I'm sorry, Antonio Bantonio, I apologize. I literally want to see the grid. I think that's a very admirable skill to build towards, right? Because that is what will create the draftsmanship abilities that I'm seeking. So obviously I will wholeheartedly encourage everyone to do this, right? To genuinely strive for such a difficult skill. Because, I don't know, I just think it's fun to work towards something that's very hard. Right? That's why I just have a picture of my dick on the floor, and I'm always doing push-ups staring at it. In and out. But it depends on the day. Alright. I feel as if I'm getting more and more obscene, and they don't even make sense anymore. This is just being crass for the sake of being crass. How pathetic. Okay, see? I need to see all of this, so that when I do create these shapes, they make a lot more sense. And this is taking immense cognitive effort, I would like to add. Right, this isn't something that I'm doing casually. Like that right there was super, super difficult. There you go. We want asymmetry, so when I rotate it, there are clear indicators as to where the rotation is occurring, right? That's another thing I'm thinking of, is the fact that asymmetry is what's going to create the shape that I want. Oof. See, this is incredibly difficult to think about the grid while I do this, but I feel as if contour manipulation, especially, oh sorry, contour manipulation of course, but form indication is the way to genuinely drill that into my head. Yeah, see? So that's a relatively interesting shape. And now we're going to rotate it. So that doesn't mean I'm rotating the shape, that means I'm rotating the box. Oh god, I have a burp, just God. Ugh. Okay, I'm just gonna wait. I can literally feel this fucker vibrating in my stomach as I attempt. And my sister was even asking me, she's like, "Are you still burping in your videos?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, you know, I'm not doing it in the on purpose, right? But yeah, intentionally. But I am burping in my videos. Yes." She's like, "That's disgusting. You should stop." I'm like, "I'm aiming for an audience that burps back at me. You know, we reply in our own Morse code of burps." But I think after I said the word "I," she just walked out the door. So I may have been talking to myself. But let's rotate this. Okay. Yeah, okay. Right, I need to again see that box. See it very clearly. Damn, my stomach is grumbling. What the fuck? Did I make a mistake here? No. Hold up. I don't even know if this makes sense. This is a small thing here, and then it... So it's kind of like this. Okay, so it's an interesting manipulation of sorts. I believe. I'm trying to keep that box in mind. Seems relatively accurate. Something like that, right? And then it is actually pretty decently aligned right there. So yeah, this is why I also say it's going to really help with my lines. Yeah, see? It's more of a... It's an unconventional asymmetrical rounding, right? Thin rounding on the side here, larger rounding on the back here. But that doesn't change what's occurring in the actual grid itself, right? Although I fucked up this line, it should have been straighter. See? That's pretty good. And I really am hoping and consistently trying to internalize the fact that spatial reasoning and viewing this thing in my mind is the key to success, right? Absolutely, it's the key to success. Okay. I'm trying to rotate this. This is very difficult. Hold up. No, wait, it's not that difficult. I think I got it. Yeah, there you go. Okay, it's asymmetrical here, which is obviously unintentional because that's a mistake. But cool. Slowly getting better, right? It's very slow, gradual progress in just attempting, right? But it always feels like to me that's the best part. That's a huge mistake there. Okay, so what the fuck would that even look like? I think I made a mistake, but let's try to figure this up. I made another mistake there. That's supposed to be a much more, That's supposed to be much more curved, like so. So that's a mistake as well. Actually, kind of fixed it there. Didn't even mean to. But the real question is, what does this look like from this angle? It would just look like this, right? We only see that edge because it's a hard edge. So obviously this is a bit off in terms of proportions, for sure. For sure it's off in terms of proportions. This is off center, so that's an issue. I think I ended up making it a bit smaller than it needs to be, right? I didn't understand this as well. Nice, good stuff. Good stuff. Oof, I love that. I love this, man. I'm gonna spend hours on this. I'm really gonna spend hours on this because now this is the beginner fundamental roadmap, right? So if I don't genuinely have a proper intuitive understanding of forms and combining those forms and rotating those forms, then there's no point in me even doing this roadmap. So there's at least another 50 to 60 hours. This entire year, the rest of this year is probably just gonna be this roadmap, right? Just really honing my fundamentals. And that's awesome. That's fucking amazing. So let me rest my brain, and then, yeah, we'll continue onwards. Okay. Wonderful. I wonder if the intermediate roadmap will end up having shit like this. Or I hope they copy me and give me credit, those fuckers. Or at the very least, a pat on the back. You know, all I want is recognition. Please notice me and affiliate me. That's all I want. God damn it, fuckers. Okay. Again, I'm just following the base template that they provide for their original box on the grind node. You do not have to do it to this level. If you can't single round, focus on just rounding in these boxes. All right, you don't have to do all the extra shit I'm doing, like creating two more in different rotations and all that stuff. Right? It's not necessary. It's required. Okay, so we could just do a simple rounding here, because like Antonio Bantonio says, if you can't make a simple shape look interesting, why bother with anything more complex? Okay. Still kind of a vague rounded shape, but a shape nonetheless. Now we can, again, keeping this grid in mind, right? I'm not intending to create any sort of airplane shape, but it just kind of happened. I was like, it's kind of also inspiration, right? What inspires us to create these shapes? And right now, I guess I'm inspired by airplanes and the night sky. But, okay. Yeah, just training myself to see the grid. And to see larger than the grid as well, right? Not just the established grid, but the grid where I've made where I see what I need to see. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. Let's just finish this. I'm trying to be so deep. Oh yeah, it's the grid that I see, that I need to see. Hashtag deep tots. Again, this is just a great practice for line work. At the very least, right? And again, asymmetry. I'm not going to draw the other side. There's no need. Because we want to make sure that we can spatially reason accurately. Right? So let's flip this box. And let's start something like this. Oof, I'm going to think about this. Yeah, okay, so this is the box I want. See, it's so subtle. It's very subtle. Okay, so I already fucked up the box I wanted. Yeah, see, because this line was not accurate. It should have been more this way. So now we're gonna have to play with Fuck, I have no idea when the mic died. Bruh. I had a feeling too that the mic would die. Okay, I'm charging it now. What I was saying is I was drawing these shapes and now I'm resting my brain. Nobody's fucking watching this shit anyways. So it doesn't matter, but I had a feeling my mic would die. Oh, why? I'm so sad. Audio quality took a tiny hit, but whatever, I'm gonna rest my brain. God, I hope it wasn't that long. I'll have to double check. Anyways. God, I need to get a fucking wired mic. These wireless ones, these fucking Bluetooth shitty battery ones. God, I'm a legit YouTuber. I need to get legit equipment. Yeah, this is the charging thing, or the thing that's plugged into the phone usually. I really hope it didn't die. I was so focused on the drawing. Dude, if I lost like half hour of audio, I'm gonna be so fucking sad. Oh, I thought I knew better. Clearly I didn't know shit. But I thought I knew better, bruh. The visual indicator for that, there should be an auditory indicator, something for that mic. It's so annoying. Yeah, this one I'm gonna make very simple. I know the audio isn't even that bad from my phone, but I think it's important to have consistency, right? God, I'm so fucking, I guess, razzle-dazzled by the fact that my mic just died. And the worst part is, right now I don't know how much audio I lost. It's fucking me up actually, because like I can't even draw properly right now. But I guess it's what it is. You know what? I might have to get a wired mic because I do not want this shit happening again. Okay, line quality suffered there, which is good. If it didn't suffer, I didn't learn. And to learn is to grow and all that shit. God damn it, I was on a roll too. I feel as if I was saying some good stuff regarding how to approach this exercise. But that's all gone to shit now. Okay, that's the box I want. So there you go. And then we can have, there's absolutely nothing on this side. Oh, made that a bit too small, I believe. Yeah, okay, think about the grid. This is a great exercise for line quality because you can see how poor mine is. Right, how much thicker they're getting. They shouldn't be. Oh, it converged a little bit. This is very simple, actually. Yeah, it's been 58 minutes. Bro, I'm so fucking sad. I really hope I didn't lose a lot. Genuinely, that would be fucking painful. That's also, this is not accurate. Yeah, it would be very painful if I lost a lot. But it's what it is. Okay, I want to do this box now, showing the bottom. Yeah, fuck. I'm so upset. it's okay. No matter how you feel, you must still draw. This proportion is way off. Holy shit. Damn, it's diverging and everything too. Okay, clearly my brain is just not working how it should. Okay, that was subpar at best. Oh shit. Ah, I dropped the mic cap. Okay, well, I'm upset, but I'm upset at myself for not just charging it for a bit longer, because this thing charges relatively fast too. This was still a great exercise, don't get me wrong. I had a lot of fun with this, but clearly with these shapes I was a bit distracted. So it's been an hour. I'm gonna rest. I'll be back in another half hour to practice this yet again, right on the other side of the page. I'm gonna keep going from there. And yeah, we're gonna do at least like 5 to 6 pages more of this. Really try to get it down, but I just need to focus more. I'm doing okay on focus, but I think I can genuinely take my time even more so, right? I need to stop being in a rush to fill a page per the hour. I won't lie, maybe that's also something that's causing me to draw a bit faster, because I want to fill a page, right? But who gives a shit? I'm fucking practicing. It's my practice, not yours. But either way, I hope you had fun practicing, right? Despite all my fucking bullshit that I've been dealing with in the last, 15 seconds that completely ruined my life, I hope you had a good time. I hope you pushed yourself, and I hope you rest your brain now, right? And with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching, keep drawing, and please give me money. Thank you.